All right, everyone, we're doing a quick unboxing of Icon's Airflite. It's kind of a mid-tier helmet. It's not something that you'd get from a Chinese manufacturer from Amazon, but it's definitely not like the best of the best helmets out there. So it's a mid-tier helmet. I got mine from a local dealer. And you can probably find this exact same model. In fact, I think you will find the exact same model online at reputable websites like Revzilla, and you'd probably come across them around the same price I did. So mine was $250 plus tax, so it came out to be roughly like $300. And then there are different tiers to this helmet. So there is a higher, more expensive, nicer looking model called the Icon Peacekeeper, and that only comes in matte black and matte white. They're really, really nice, but they're like $50 to $70 more for literally just cosmetic differences. The actual shell itself is the exact same model as what we're about to open up today. So again, this is Icon's Airflite model. It's a matte black, and again, you can probably get it for about $250 plus tax, $300. So real quick, let's go ahead and unbox this. Now I've only worn this about once, but we'll definitely open it up here. So as you can see, you've got your manual right here. Put this down so y'all can see that, and then that little pocket actually, like I mentioned earlier, has the manual on there, and you all can probably see that right there. That's the back. That's the front. Talking about the different features of the helmet, just a lot of stuff that if you're going to be spending this much money on, you've probably already been doing the research on this. Some of the key features though, it's a full face helmet for one, but it also has a quick dry system, cushioning inside. I wouldn't say it's the lightest helmet out there because my Shark helmet, from which I'm coming from, and I'll show you guys what that looks like in a minute, but my Shark helmet, it is a half-sized helmet, so it will be lighter, but it is, this Icon helmet, noticeably in the middle tier on how heavy it is. So I'll move that over here. Now, real quick, with the stuff that comes with the helmet, this looks like it's just talking about the helmet accessories, and it actually will talk about the different options that you have when it comes to the visor, when it comes to the crown. I think the crown is not interchangeable. I've seen people add it though to make it look like that $350 variant, but you can change the back side of it. So they call it the spoiler. So the spoiler of the helmet. And they actually have different colors as well, so you can swap it around. So you also get this Icon kind of like keychain thing where it talks about some of the key features. So I'll just read some of them. Obviously, it's it meets DOT certifications. Injection molded polycarbonate shell for strength. It's a, let's see, fog-free drop shield with exterior switch. So that's that side switch that brings down that shield. And let's see, just a bunch of different things. Again, that removable high dry moisture wicking liner. So stuff that that really most helmets have, except that that dry feature, that those cushions that are inside, that's actually key, and I'll talk more about it in a little bit. But I live in Arizona, so I always look for something that'll definitely suck in all that sweat. That way it doesn't affect me when I'm riding. Warranty. And then of course, won't be an Icon helmet without an Icon sticker. I am not putting this on the helmet. Something else that it did actually come with, it kind of rolled off, is this little thing right here, sticker, talking about, well, it's a lot of, I'll read it to y'all. Hydro Dry, performance wicking textile. This helmet liner features Hydro Dry fabric, Icon's exclusive moisture wicking technology. So, in other words, just keeps you dry. Very cool. So, moment of truth. This is how the helmet pops in, comes out of the box. This is nice, by the way. This, I know it's silly to say, man, what quality, you know, and all this and that. But I mean, presentation does go a long way, right? When you open up an iPhone box and whatnot, it's like, whoa, that box is super smooth and everything, and it's so clean and so smooth, whatever. It's the same thing with this. I mean, Icon does a great job with that. Now, so this particular helmet does not come with this visor. Okay, so I'll repeat again, does not come with this visor. I bought this separately. The visor that it does come with is a clear visor which you'll see right here. Now, for a moment, I'm gonna put this helmet on the side just for a little bit. Look at that size on that. That's huge, right? This is literally, you can see from here to here, right? Traditional helmets, typically you only get about maybe like that much of like viewing angle. If you have, and I don't want to scratch it because even though it's clear, I mean, you never know. It's always good to have extra. This is my shark helmet. This is what I'm coming from. You only have from here to here, right? You can, it's literally, I feel like those horses that have those, the things that block them from looking for. Future Kevin here. I actually found out what they're called. They're called horse blinkers. I didn't even know they had a name, but there you go. All right, back to the video. From left or right, only looking forward. That's what it feels like when testing that other helmet out, when testing this Icon helmet, after using this for so long, you can't go back. The point of view is amazing. So, but this isn't a video about the Icon helmet. Nope, this is a video, or this isn't a video about the shark, it's a video about the Icon helmet. Now, real quick about the weight. This is a little heavier than most helmets that I've used. And I'm okay with that. I mean, I have a big head as it is, and on top of that, keep in mind that this is a full face helmet. So this is a large. This is a triple XL. I've never had a helmet that I had to go ahead and go 3XL on. So I'm not saying everyone is like that, right? Not everyone has a big head like me. But if you know you have like a square head, or if you know that, you know, you typically are on the larger side when it comes to your helmets, you may want to go about a size or two higher. In fact, the reason why I bought this locally and not via the website was if it's like shoe sizes, you know, every company size is different. They run differently. So even if they tell you, hey, go ahead and check the, you know, circumference of your head and whatnot, it's not the same thing like trying it on and figuring it out yourself and actually, you know, moving your head around. And that being said, I went to a local vendor and I got this helmet, and originally I went in thinking I'm gonna try the large and I'm gonna probably get that. And then I couldn't even stick my head through the hole. But I went double XL, and I thought, all right, this is gonna be it, right? I'm gonna be able to go ahead and you know, fit my head in there, and it didn't. And so then I got real nervous, and I looked at the guy. I'm like, I swear, I'm not, you know, 3XL. My shark helmet and my other full face helmet, they're both large. So, and he was kind of like explaining to me that, and it makes sense. Most of Icon's helmets run you about a size higher than you're normally used to. So, keep that in mind when you're looking at getting at least this helmet. And if you're really brave and you want to go ahead and like buy it online without trying it, please just hear me out. Go a size higher, save yourself the time. Otherwise, you're going to have to fight with returning it, getting a new helmet, waiting, and all that stuff. It's not worth it. If you can go try it out first, do that. Otherwise, just hear me out, one size higher at the very least. So that being said, this helmet, as I mentioned earlier, came with that see-through visor. I got this red visor. I think they call it Fire. I'm not sure. And you'll see real quick that visors go up like that. And then you also have the feature for the sunglasses to go down. So I'll do that one more time. Without it, with it. So, along with that, it has this vent right here, this huge vent. And just that airflow makes a huge difference, especially in the heat, for that air to go through. And the cool thing about this visor is as well, is that even with the visor down, it still has those holes right there to let that ventilation go through. Speaking of vents, you have these two vents up here. Again, if you're not in an area where it's really hot, it may not mean anything to you, but I'm in Arizona. I use my motorcycle to commute, and those vents make a huge difference to let the air in. So along with that, we're going to tilt this around. When swapping out this visor, because they got different colors as well, it's real easy. All you have to do is pop this off. The guy went ahead and did it with like a putty tool, and he just popped it off real easy. I'd venture to say you can just pop it out like that, but it's probably safer to use a putty tool. Worst case scenario, use a knife because you don't want to really scratch this. But it took about maybe 5 minutes or less to swap this out. Now, staying on the topic of cosmetics, this is that spoiler that I was talking about. You can actually change this to different colors that they have out there, different variants as well. So that's pretty cool. Now, the only difference between the Icon, what was it, Peacekeeper? Yeah, the Icon Peacekeeper is that crown at the top. That's the only difference. And that's what bumps it up to like $350, $370, I think, for no reason. Literally a piece of plastic that does nothing. Well, they'll tell you it helps with airflow, but chances are that's not going to mean anything to you when I tell you and explain to you how you go ahead and set up your Sena or your Bluetooth audio headset like this with this helmet. Oh, and don't even like get me started with if you want to moto vlog, you know, because that's also a pain in the butt with this. So real quick, I'll show you the insides of the helmet. So obviously you have your inner linings right there, right? And you can go ahead and check it out. It's real cushiony, it's real soft. You got the skirt right here. Now the skirt does pop off. That does help out a lot if you know, you're looking, you know, if you're not gonna make any calls, if you're looking to go ahead and you know, just get more airflow, that helps out a lot. Speaking of airflow, I have heard people actually say that this helmet does get real noisy when it comes to when you're going pretty fast. And I haven't tested it out yet, so I will definitely mention if that's the case or not, and I'll put the answer right there. And then I have seen people actually go ahead and add a huge skirt, like covering all that, just your neck, you know, just enough room for your neck to go in there. I mean, I don't think that's going to be a big deal. I'm literally someone coming from a, you know, half-facing helmet, right? So this literally, you hear everything, right? And it sucked because you couldn't even make a call. Music was a real hassle to listen to, and then if you're listening to navigation, it sucked because, you know, Google will tell you to make a right, but you can't hear anything, right? With this type of helmet, I don't think you're going to have a big issue, but I'll definitely mention that in the comments or in the detailed information, or again, right there. But that being said, let's go ahead and try it on, and then we'll see what it's like. So This will be the second time that I put this helmet on, so it is gonna feel real snug. And I don't look forward to taking it off, and I'll explain why. But in the meantime, I'll go ahead and put it on. So, real easy. Again, real easy to put it on. No issues, no complaints. In fact, I think what's really cool about this is that, you know, I don't have any issues moving my head around, nothing like that. And then also with the visor on, holy cow, like I said previously, you can literally see you've got extra space, like extra room to look around. Like I don't have to go like this to look at my right. I literally just turn my eyes and I can see to the right. Now, that being said, will you still have that point of view if you're installing a Senna or if you're installing a GoPro? Well, I have heard people say that when they install the Senna, you know what I'll do is this. I'm going to go ahead and take off this helmet, and I'll show you why I'm kind of like, it sucks taking off the helmet at first. And that's because I have such a big head that my ears keep hitting and running and being tugged by the helmet. Now, in theory, I've had full-size helmets for it. Over time, it does get easier taking it off and on, but the initial couple times that you got to do that, few weeks, it's gonna suck. So just keep that in mind. So real quick, I was talking about the Senna and the GoPro setup. So some guys actually have their GoPro right here. So it links up to the visor, all right, links up to the visor. And then they have a 3M sticker on there, so it like holds it down, so double-sided sticker. And they literally have it like that. So, am I gonna do that? Probably not. It just feels kind of weird. I mean, thing is, the GoPro I have, it's GoPro 8. That's in fact what I'm using right now to go ahead and record on. The GoPro 8 is kind of heavy. It's a lot of weight that's on this helmet. So what I typically go ahead and do is I'll go ahead and have my, just like how I have my shark here, I'll go ahead and I'll use adhesive and put it on the side. I'll use this exact same mechanism, put it on the side, and then have the GoPro facing straight. And then on top of that, my fake Senna, my Amazon setup, again, it has adhesive, right? So it comes with an adhesive, the double-sided tape. I'll just go ahead and place it on the side. Easy as that. Otherwise, I'm just gonna, it's gonna be too much of a hassle to, literally what guys end up doing and gals, they end up doing is they cut on here. I just spent like $300 on this. I'm not gonna cut inside of this. Instead, I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on the side. And surprisingly, this helmet has a lot of space to work with. So not too bad. And then on the insides, on where you would normally find room for, the headphones, you can put, it has room in there for the headphones. So the only thing that they didn't do is give us room for the actual device. So go figure. But not a big deal. At least I have room for the headphones to slide in there, and that way they're, snug and not hurting my ears as much. The only other downside that I've had people tell me about this helmet is that when it's raining, there's like a gap right here, and you'll see that real quick. I'll point that out right now. There's a gap right there where water seeps through. So I live in Arizona. We don't really, have much rain, and if it does rain, I'm sure as heck I'm not going to be riding my motorcycle out there. We've got a lot of crazy people driving in normal weather, and let alone when it's raining. So I've yet to test that, although I don't foresee myself testing that. Other than that, it's a pretty straightforward, amazing helmet. I will go ahead and have video of me sticking the GoPro in the helmet so you can see through the visor. no issues.
So I took some B-roll footage, and you can see that I attached my GoPro on my right-hand side and my fake Senna on the left-hand side. Obviously, I had to use adhesive for the fake Senna, but I mean, it sticks, it works, it looks cool. And then the only other gripe that I have now that I've been using it for about like 2 to 3 weeks now, the only gripe I have is that it's a fingerprint magnet. Other than that, it rides amazing.
Especially not at night. I was kind of worried about getting this type of visor at night, but I don't think it's going to be much of an issue. And I've already kind of worn it outside once, and I could see clearly, no issues. And yeah, that's about it. So if you have any questions, shoot me a comment down below. Otherwise, I'll just go ahead and start showing pictures after this video ends. Kind of like side by side between my two other helmets. So I have a Shark, and then I have like a, I forgot what the other helmet, but it's another full face helmet. So hopefully you guys appreciate the video. If you do, go ahead and just like it. Oh, one last thing. Since this is a matte black helmet, any scratch you get on this, it's gonna stay there. It's not like you can buff it out with this helmet right over here, this Shark helmet. Now this is a really bad case. I was kind of careless with this helmet, right? You see a lot of scratches. This helmet, not so much. Don't scratch it. You scratch it, you can't buff it out. Along with that, real quick, you could probably check this out. This visor is a freaking fingerprint magnet. So don't go committing any crimes and forgetting this at the crime scene. They will figure out who you are real quick because your fingerprints don't go anywhere with this. Now, when you have the helmet on, you don't see the fingerprints. That's the actual, great thing about this helmet. You don't see any fingerprints when you have the helmet on. But everyone else will see your fingerprints. So, if I go ahead and knock this out as well, I'm going to go ahead and attach the Bluetooth fake Senna on the side and my GoPro on the side as well. So, again, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. And then hopefully you enjoy the video.
Hey guys, real quick, I just wanted to go ahead and show you what the inside of the helmet looks like. As you can see, I have my microphone in there, and then as you can see, it's real comfortable inside as well. And then these are some extra shots that I took of the helmet compared to the other helmets that I have as well. Hope you liked the video. Leave a like, and if you can subscribe, that'd be awesome.